Hi there, I want to give you a special invitation to join me and 30 others land IELTS band 7.5 in the next 30 days. And it doesn't matter if you're terrible at English, scared of failing the exam again, and don't have time to study because of your job. Now, to make this year my most impactful year ever, I've taken the challenge to get at least 30 people pass the IELTS exam every 30 days. And it doesn't matter if they're terrible at English, scared of failing the exam again, and don't have time to study because of their job. Now, I know this is a huge claim considering how difficult the IELTS exam is, but the reason I'm bold enough to take on this challenge is that we've done it before. Now, take a look at this testimony from one of my students from last November. This is Oreva, who was based in Warri, and here is what she sent to me on WhatsApp. She said, I just wrote my IELTS exam, 21st of November, and passed. All right. She said she got reading 8, listening 7.5, speaking 7, and writing 7 overall 7.5. And this is the interesting part. She said, it was my first attempt, was very busy at work, and had only 3 weeks for intensive preparation. So as you can see, with my help Oreva across the IELTS exam, within 3 weeks, despite not having time to study because of a job now, 3 weeks is just 21 days. So this means that 30 days is more than enough to get your desired IELTS score when you do exactly what Oreva did. And listen, don't think this is a one-off thing, all right? This is Joy from Kaduna. Here's what she sent me. She said, just to let you know, I passed the IELTS exam 7.5. It was her first attempt. She said she didn't even have a lot of time to practice. She would have done better. Now, what was that score? She got speaking 7.5, reading 7, writing 8, and listening 7.5. And this is also Edith here. Edith landed listening 8.5, reading 8.5, writing 7, and speaking 7.5. And here we have Innocent. This is what he sent me on WhatsApp. Innocent got a band 8 in 1 month. He said, good evening, bro. Find out my results above. I scored a band 8 with just 1 month of using only your guide. I'm so grateful. You can publish your result to encourage others. Please add my name and the phone number. Keep doing what you're doing. You see, I can go on showing you more proof that passing the IELTS exam in the next 30 days is very possible, even if you don't have time to study. But let me stop here to answer this important question, which is, how did you do it? How did Oreva land a band 7.5 in 21 days, despite not having time to study because of a job? And what qualifies you to join me in this challenge so you can crush the IELTS exam in the next 30 days? Now, before we answer this question, I think it's important to introduce myself properly, okay? So, my full name is Triumph, and I'm talking to I'm popularly known as Triumph Osue. I founded IELTS Avengers out of my passion to help people guarantee a better future for themselves and their kids abroad. And most importantly, every Saturday, all right, I go live on my Telegram channel to share IELTS strategies and tips that work. So it is important you connect with me on social media. And I highly recommend you join my Telegram channel, okay? You can simply scan the barcode on the screen right now, or you can click the link. I'll drop a link under this video where you can just click on it and join the channel so that you get more IELTS strategies every week from me. On Facebook, of course, in case you want to contact me on Facebook, this is my name on Facebook, Triumph Osue, and also on Instagram, it's IELTS Avengers, as you can see on the screen right now. So with this said, let's understand this question. How did Oreva do it, okay? How did Oreva do it? How was she able to land a band 7.5 in 21 days despite not having time to study because of a job? Now, all we did was follow 3 simple steps, okay? The first one is clarify your burning why. All right. The second one is have the day idea mindset. And the third is using the IELTS cheat code formula. So let's now get into step 1 fully. Step 1 is clarifying your burning why. Now, to help you understand what a burning why is and how to find yours, let me share with you how I discovered my burning. I'm going to use myself as a case study. You see, instead of being born in Paris and smiling to a blue passport from birth, I thanks to my grandpa, I was born in a village called Ogara, Delta State, Nigeria. Now, how did it happen? You see, my grandma was a very wealthy international merchant who traveled to Paris, Venice, and Italy at will for business. Was a big shot. All right. The problem was that he never valued investing in his kids' future. He wasted all his chances to relocate my dad and his siblings abroad, despite clear signs of the country getting worse. Now, after the Civil War in 1970, while his friends and business partners were relocating their family and businesses out of the country, he did not. Why, you may ask? See, he was a lavish spender, married 6 wives, carelessly plunged the entire family into poverty, and got everyone back into the village. That meant my dad and his siblings, they never had the privilege of good education, let alone the ability to relocate us the grandkids abroad. So growing up, I've always wanted to correct this mistake and give my kids the privilege my grandpa did give my dad. The same privilege my parents could not afford to give to me, which is the privilege of dual citizenship for my kids, okay? You see, sometimes nothing hurts more than being honest with our emotions. In 2019, I got the news that one of my secondary school classmates was getting married in the UK. Now, it didn't matter much until I saw the wedding photos on Facebook. Back in the day, let's call this lady Jane, and the other guy, let's call him Peter. So Jane, Peter, and I usually share the first, second, and third position in class. Now, immediately after secondary school, we all got admission into university. Now, Jane was sent to school abroad, while Peter attended one of the most prestigious private universities in Nigeria. Now, I went to University of Benin, a public school, where I spent 5 years for a 4 years course because of ASU strike. Now, after Peter graduated, he immediately relocated abroad, I think to the US for his master's degree. I was the only one left in Nigeria. Now, for me to gain such status, I had to work it out myself. Now, this would have been the case if my grandpa lived better, okay? When my grandpa was shuffling Paris and Venice in Nigeria, he could have easily positioned my dad and his siblings for a better future, but he didn't. As we speak, some of my uncles and aunts still hate him for this mistake. You see, I've experienced firsthand what it feels like to have parents and grandparents who didn't make power moves for you. Sometimes I ask myself, how will my kids feel when they learn that I had the chance to take IELTS, relocate abroad, and guarantee them dual citizenship and a better life, but I didn't? How will they feel when they see my friends and colleagues' kids living the life abroad while they're struggling with challenges we face every day in Nigeria? I have to be honest with myself. They will definitely feel odd. They might not have the courage to tell me to my face, but deep down, they will prefer they had a different parent. And this is my burning why for taking the IELTS exam. Now, here's some important questions you need to answer to find your burning why. Number one, what are the things you hate in your life right now that passing IELTS and relocating abroad will solve for you? You need to write it down. Get a sheet of paper and write this down, okay? What are the things that you hate in your life right now that passing IELTS and relocating abroad will solve for you? Question number two, what are the positive things that you will enjoy the moment you pass your IELTS exam and relocate to your family? The question number three, how would your loved ones feel if they realize that you could have passed the IELTS exam today, relocate within the next 1 year, and guarantee a better life for them, but you didn't? Now, I want you to take a moment to answer these questions. You can pause this video. Make sure you take a moment to answer these questions, all right? When you're done, you can share it with me in the comment section below. And once you've done this, now you can now move to step number 2, which is having the DID mindset. So now that you've clarified your burning why, the next thing you need is a DID mindset. Once again, let me show you how important this is using myself as a case study. You see, I was born and bred in the village. As a child, the only language I could speak was Urobo. I couldn't speak English. To access good education, I was taken to a nearby town called Sapele, where I lived with a guardian and attended primary and secondary school. And the problem was that I never did well in English language. Now, despite all efforts, I actually had my lowest grades in English language. When I was to take my SSC, my parents were so concerned that they enrolled me for WAEC and NECO at the same time. Now, the idea was that if I fail English in WAEC, at least I'll pass it in NECO. And if it happens that I fail English in NECO, I might just pass it in WAEC. Even at that, the best I could come up with was C6 in English. Now, that was the least University of Benin required. Since then, I've always avoided English exams like a plague. So when I was to take my IELTS exam later, I was really scared. Now, it got worse when I constantly saw friends and acquaintances fail the exam multiple times, including English graduates and lawyers. Some people wasted over 500,000 naira writing this exam 7 times. This was way back in 2019. My heart sank when I saw people saving up to write the exam immediately after taking it. I even read the story of a lady who wanted to sue IELTS because she had failed the exam whooping 21 times. Now, if people, some doctors, nurses, engineers, bankers, even lawyers, if they were complaining about the IELTS exam, then what chances of someone like me who struggled to pass English school, what chances do I have? Like, I knew I was done for. Now, out of despair and fear of failing the exam, I did what I saw everybody doing. I gathered tons of IELTS materials from friends and vendors. I watched hundreds of IELTS videos on YouTube, attended online IELTS classes. I joined several IELTS groups on Facebook and WhatsApp, crammed IELTS vocabulary, words, grammar, and idioms, and practiced any IELTS question that came my way. After 6 months of doing these things, it felt like I was never going to make it. Now, the more I learned, the more I became confused. Now, the more I practiced, the less competent I felt. Now, each IELTS question came with its own tricks, and wrapping my head around the exam felt like mission impossible. So to avoid failing the exam, you know what I did? I started following what international IELTS coaches, people who I know had direct contact to top IELTS examiners. And when the extra mile of investing over $700 in their expensive IELTS programs and real IELTS past questions, I studied these resources to understand how the IELTS examiners think. Now that's how I discovered that when IELTS examiners said the questions should be answered on exam day, they use something they call the IELTS question types. All right, the IELTS exam is made of 4 tests: listening, reading, writing as task 1 and task 2, okay, and finally speaking. So when they want to set the listening questions, they refer to something they call the listening question types. All right, when the examiner wants to set the reading questions, they will use what they call the reading question types. When they want to set the writing task 1 and writing task 2 questions, they will use the writing task 1 and writing task 2 question types as well to set the question. Now, speaking is a bit different. Speaking has part 1, part 2, part 3. So They use speaking part one structure to set speaking part one questions, speaking part two structure to set speaking part two questions, and speaking part three structure to set speaking part three questions. Now, what this means is that the IELTS examiners, they cannot set any question that doesn't belong to one of the question types. Do you get it? So I was happy when I made the discovery, because since the examiners will always set their questions for the question type, it means that if I get to know all the question types, I can easily tell all the possible questions I'll be asked on exam day, and this puts me as an advantage. So what I set out to do was to discover all the IELTS question types from which the examiners set the questions, and I did find all of them. But it didn't take me long to realize that knowing all the IELTS question types is not enough. You see, at this point now, I can predict all the possible questions I'll be asked in exam day, but the issue is that if I don't have a proven strategy to get the correct answer fast, I'm toast. So this became my next goal, that for each question type, I'll get at least one proven strategy to get the correct answer fast. To accomplish this goal, I started studying each question type. Now, the more I studied, the more I realized that for each of the question type, okay, I as they play dirty tricks to make us waste time and pick the wrong answers. Whenever I discovered the dirty tricks that IS play, I took note of them, and I developed strategies to avoid falling for these dirty tricks that IS play. I also discovered hidden patterns in each question type that helped me to get the correct answer fast, and I note them as well. Now, with these tricks to avoid and the hidden patterns I discovered, I developed step-by-step strategies that I like to call cheat codes for each of the question type. So what I did, I started trying the cheat codes on several questions. Now, if a cheat code does not constantly give me the correct answer, I will discard it. But if it keeps giving me the correct answer, I will tag it proven and I'll write it down. So slowly, I developed proven cheat codes for all the question types. Now, because of my record of struggling with English exams, I was still skeptical about trying the cheat codes out in the real exam. This was in late 2018, early 2019, and at that time, the exam was 75,000. So today, of making these videos around 277,000, so it has almost tripled. Can you see? So at that time, with just 75,000, this was quite cheap compared to what it is now. I was still scared to use my own money to take the exam because of my past record of failing English exams. So what I did, I started looking for someone who will use my sheet on my behalf in the real exam. And as I started talking about these things on Facebook, and that's how I met Omolola. You see, back in the day, Omolola was a banker in Lagos. She read on my post and got hooked on the idea, so she contacted me. Now, Omolola was interested in the idea because she had just failed the exam and was desperately looking for a way to pass it in her next trial. Now, you might be wondering, why would someone be so desperate to try this and the person who discovered them and not stated it in the real exam? You see, though it was 2018, 2019, Nigeria was fairly okay, not as terrible as it is right now. I believe that as an expert banker, Omolola foresaw the crumbling of the economy and wanted to relocate quickly before things got worse. Now, around that time, Ogi also contacted me. Now, Ogi at that time had failed the exam 3 times. Remember, the price of the exam was 75,000. All right, so that 3 times she has failed, that's 225,000 naira she has wasted on the exam. If it was today, we'll be looking at almost 1 million naira wasted on this exam. So you can imagine how scared Ogi was to take the exam for the 4th time. Now, despite her fears, she joined Omolola to practice the cheat codes I discovered, all right, for each of the question type, and they went on to take the exam. So a few weeks later, here's Ogi commented under my post. She said, I aced my IELTS exam once. She said that's after the first 3 trials. She had failed the exam 3 times. When she came across me, she used the cheat codes and she passed once. Now, maybe asking, what about Omolola? Now, here's Omolola's result. You can see, look at the dates to show you that this is really, look at it. It was in 2019, June 2019. Okay, she got listening 8, reading 7.5, writing 7, and speaking 7.5 as well. So it was after Ogi and Omolola had proven that the cheat codes I had, they are sure bet of passing the exam in one sitting, even if they failed the exam 3 times. That's when I became confident to take my test later on that same year. But guess what happened? You see, I did get a band 7.5, but it was too late. You see, in 2018, when I started this IELTS journey, my goal was to relocate to Canada by the Express Entry program. In October 2018, the salary score was quite, I think it was 442 at that time. So with a band 7 in IELTS, I would have met this mark and relocated. But because of my fear of failing, I kept procrastinating. So even though I'd gotten the sheet codes for all the question types, I did not take the exam. I waited for Ogi and Omolola to study them, try them out in the exam, and the result came out. That's when I'm doing the past, and I had that belief, and I had the guts to take the exam. So all this took about a year. After passing my exam later on in 2019, and I went back to, okay, let me apply for this Canada stuff, I realized a lot of people had joined the Express Entry pool, and the cutoff mark had increased a lot. So though I had passed the exam, for me to compete with these people, I needed a master's degree. That's when I fully realized that when it comes to IELTS and relocating abroad, delay is dangerous. I'm very sure that Ogi and Omolola, they had learned this lesson earlier. That's why they didn't hesitate to use my IELTS cheat codes, even though me that discovered them, I've not tried them in the real exam. These two women had a delay is dangerous mentality. That's what I call DID. All right. They are action ladies. I wasn't action oriented. I was too careful. I was fearful. I kept procrastinating. Though the fears I had were excusable, it didn't change the fact that delay is dangerous. I still paid the price of delaying. And let me tell you what happened after that. When I went on to inquire about MSc program that year, it didn't take long before COVID-19 hit China and spread to other parts of the world. Relocation programs to several countries started slowing down, and by 2020, the lockdown had begun. So 2020, I couldn't relocate. But these women, they had long relocated. Why? They had the delay is dangerous mentality, but I didn't have it. This is the reason I keep telling people that, see, you can't be making excuses and making progress at the same time. It doesn't work like that. You have to choose one. Under your nose, your friends and colleagues, they're relocating abroad, but fear of heights has held you down. Some of them are not as brilliant as you are. They're just bold. They take risks. They know that they cannot be making excuses and making progress at the same time. So if you want to make progress as regards heights and your relocation, stop making excuses and start taking action. Two, start preparing for the IELTS exam now, even if you don't know when you register for it, especially now that it's not fully computer based. All right, you need to start preparation early. You see, when I was in school, then there's something we call the fire brigade mentality. You know, fire brigades, they only swing into action when there's fire already. That's how some of us operate. All through the semester, we will not study. Once it's 2 weeks to the exam, the fire brigade in us will just emerge. We'll start studying morning, afternoon, and night until our body breaks down. Don't bring this mentality to IELTS. As long as you plan to relocate, as long as you have the desire to relocate, it doesn't matter if you think your relocation pathway requires IELTS or not. Take the exam seriously from now. From today, start preparing for it. The exam is not a conventional exam. All right, you start when you start studying late, you will most likely fail. The pressure of everything will just overwhelm you. Increase your chances of passing in one sitting by preparing from today. And three, see IELTS as an investment. All right. For some people, I know the exam is very expensive. Yes, it's expensive. All right, 277,000 is not small money. You can't pick it from a tree. It's even more than some people's monthly salary. I get it. However, the exam is cheap compared to the transformation to bring to your life, and that's the truth. All right. I know you don't want to waste your hard-earned money on the exam, but at the same time, don't let the fear of wasting your money stop you from taking the exam as soon as possible. If you fail, all right, see it as an investment gone bad, learn from it and try again. But the important thing is never give up. You see, Ogie did not give up after failing the exam 3 times. If she had given up, she won't be celebrating today. I want you to learn from Ogie, okay? I want you to be an action taker, have the delayed dangerous mindset. All right. So with your burning one in mind and the DID mindset, let's now get into the third requirement, which is using the IELTS cheat code formula. They say necessity is the mother of all invention, and this is the very truth. I discovered the IELTS formula out of necessity. Now, because I was born and raised in the village, and as a child I couldn't speak English, this affected me all through school. So, although I took WAEC and NECO at the same time for my SSC, the best I come to was C6 in English. So when I started thinking of taking IELTS in 2018, I was really scared when I saw people failing the exam right, left, and center. Even when I spent over 6 months doing what everybody was doing, it felt like I was never going to make it. All right. So that's why I opted to invest over 480,000 at that time. Yeah, that was over 480,000, $700 then. Dollar was still cheap. If you were to convert it now, that should be close to 900,000. All right. I spent it in real IELTS past questions and premium IELTS programs from world most respected IELTS coaches. Now, it's from studying them I discovered that how the examiner set the questions will meet an examiner. Like I told you earlier, okay, the examiner they set a question from the IELTS question types. Now I want you to consider the IELTS question type like the syllabus or like the IELTS course outline. All right, you know how lecturers they don't go outside the syllabus when they want to set exam questions. The same thing here. That's the way it works here. Okay, the examiners they always set all their questions from the IELTS question types. And take a look at all of them. You can see this is all the question types. This is the IELTS course outline. This is the IELTS syllabus. These are the possible questions you meet on exam day. All right. I discovered them now. So now to ensure I don't meet any situation on exam day and that I can as well get the correct answer fast within the shortest time, I came up with a formula, and I call it the IELTS cheat code formula or ICC formula for short. And this is it. It is that you see for all the question types that make up the course outline, all right, for all of them, for each of them, I learned how to easily identify the question type. Now, why did I do this and why should you do it? It helps you to accurately predict all the possible questions you'll be asked on exam day and prepare for them. So, like, you know what to expect. Are you getting it? Now, if you don't do step one, if you don't do this step, the questions you meet on exam day will keep confusing you because you don't know they are not used to them. All right, and they'll throw you off balance. This is one reason people keep wasting time and end up failing. You don't want this happening to you, right? Now, two is this. I became aware of the tricks that IS play to make us fail the question type. So for each of them, the mistakes that they used to put inside to make us fail them, all right, and make sure I was aware of those tricks that IS play. Now, why did I do it and why should you do it? You don't want IS to make a fool of you on exam day, all right? I've seen many cases where candidates finish all the questions and they believe that they've crushed the exam, all right? But the result they get the shock of their life. They end up with low scores. Some are so confident that they pay for a remark, but the scores remain the same. Do you know why? They most likely picking the wrong answers, thinking it's the correct one. Listen, in each question type, I explain silly tricks to make us pick the wrong answers. If you're not aware of these tricks and you don't know how to avoid them, you end up like this candidate. And that's not what you want. So that's why you have to do this step 2. And the third step, which is very important, all right, I mastered a proven strategy for each of the question type. A strategy that can get me the correct answer fast. I did that for all of them. Practice one proven strategy for each of them so that like anyone I see on exam day, I can get the correct answer fast. And this is very, very crucial. When you meet a question on exam day, all right, what you want to happen is that you recognize the question and you know, okay, this is the things that IS can do to make me fail this question, so you avoid them. The one thing you don't want to happen is to waste time thinking of how to solve the question. All right? On test day, time is short. You should enter the all 100% prepared for every possibility. What should happen is this: you see the question, you recognize the question type, you avoid the misleading tricks that IS play, and immediately you apply your proven step-by-step strategy. You get the correct answer quickly and you move on to the next question. This is how you beat time, and that's why you cannot joke with this step 3. See, take it from me. Before you register for the IX exam, for each of the question type, you must master a proven step-by-step strategy for getting the question fast. Now, that's if you want to pass in one sitting, or if you want to pass in one sitting, you have to do this. There's no other way. Now, let me tell you why I can't emphasize this enough using Dr. Emmanuel as a case study. You see, Dr. Emmanuel here lived most of his life in the northeast of Nigeria, which is the very heart of Boko Haram terrorism. He schooled in Maiduguri and practiced in Gobe for over 6 years. All right? I want you to imagine living among bomb blasts, kidnappings, and killings every single day. Like, you're living in a place where there's no value for life or property. You will drop your kids at school on your way to work. Now, in the afternoon, you get a call from a total stranger asking for 50 million ransom. If not, you won't see your kids again. That's a life photo of Dr. Emmanuel. This was his burning why for taking the IELTS exam, so he can qualify for his medical exams and practice in the UK and relocate with his family too. But they end up getting a band 5, all right, when he needed a band 7.5 or above. Now, at this point, he doesn't really need a way to move to his band 7.5. If not, his life and his case life will potentially be in danger. That's when he approached me for help. So I explained to him this ISHU formula I've shown you now. And here it is again for all the question types. For each of them, make sure you learn how to easily identify the question type. All right. Be aware of the tricks that I explain to make you fail that question type and master a proven step-by-step strategy that gets you the correct answer fast. And make sure you do this for all the question types. The problem here was that he didn't take this to heart. He only prepared for some question types and ignored the rest before taking this test. Again, okay? So in the examination, or you know what happened? He met questions he wasn't ready for. He met strange questions and that he had not mastered a proven step-by-step strategy to get the correct answer fast. On result day, he failed to get a band 7.5. But you know what struck him? By following the ISHU formula halfway, he moved from reading 5 to reading band 6. From listening 6, he moved to listening 7.5, and from writing 6, he got to writing 6.5, and he got to speaking 7.5. Now, immediately he saw his improvement. He thought, wow, what if I had taken this more seriously? What if I had followed the ISHU formula all the way? You see, that same night of seeing his results, he booked for his next available exam and went back to the ISHU formula. Now, this time he implemented it with overdrive and was ready for any question that ISHU would throw his way. Then he took his test again and see what he's gotten. His very first attempt using the ISHU formula correctly in reading 7, listening 8, writing 7, and speaking 7.5. As a matter of fact, let's hear from Dr. Emmanuel himself.
When the test came out yesterday, I said, wow, Triumph has done it. No, seriously, I can't imagine how I felt the last minute. I want to thank you for this idea you brought. I want to thank you for bringing up this initiative. Yeah. You saved me a lot of money. You know, you saved me a lot of time and stress. Since yesterday, I've been emotional about it.
So can you see how it is so crucial that you follow the ISHU formula all the way? Now, it's a sure way to pass the exam in one sitting. All right. Now, you can choose not to follow it too, but I assure you, you're only setting yourself up for failure, just like Dr. Emmanuel until he learns his lesson. This is the reason why I created the IELTS cheat code pledge, okay? And I want you to say it after me that before I register for the IELTS exam, I pledge that for all the question types, I will do the following. 1, I will learn how to easily identify the question type. I'll be aware of the tricks IELTS play to make me fail the question type. 3, I must master a proven step-by-step strategy that gets me the questions answer fast. So help me God. Now, I want you, like I said, say this. I want you to say it out loud. Once you've said this after me, type 1 in the comment section below. I want you to be sure that you did it. Type 1 in the comment section below after saying this, after making this pledge. Okay? You see, wherever here, she kept to this pledge. And that's why she could crush the exam in one sitting, despite not having time to study. Within 3 weeks, you make sure she did this. And if you want to share your testimony before the year runs out, all right, you have to keep to the ICC pledge as well. And now, let's now answer this question. How did Oreva even do this in 21 days? Okay, how was she able to cover the entire IELTS syllabus within 21 days? And how can you get that done in the next 30 days so you can share your testimony as well? When you look at the IELTS course outline, all right, count each of the question types here, all right, you will see that everything together, you will have 8 listening questions, 12 reading questions. Tax 1 academics has 7 question types. Tax 1 general training has 2 question types, okay? Tax 2, you should write Tax 2 has 5 question types, while speaking has 3 parts. All right, so when you sum everything together, you see that you have 37 question types to cover in the IELTS course outline. So this means that if you focus on 2 question types per day, we can cover the entire IELTS syllabus in 19 days. All right, 2 times 19 is 38. We have 37 question types to cover. If you focus on 2 every day, all right, within 19 days, you will cover them. So for these 19 days, what you can do is to dedicate at least 2 hours each day. Call it your IELTS time. All right, so on your IELTS time, you will use the IQ formula to prepare for the question types. And don't tell me that you don't have time. You see, Oreva didn't have time either. But she had 1 hour before going to bed and 1 hour after waking up. You can do the same. 1 hour before you go to bed, focus on 1 question type, okay? If it means going to bed 1 hour late than usual, do it. See it as a sacrifice for a better future for yourself and your kids. Also, wake up 1 hour earlier than usual, so you have 1 hour to spare and focus on another question type in the morning. So you can, you can even dedicate your office break to working on IQ formula. These sacrifices are easy to make, all right, when you remind yourself of your burning why. You know that delay is dangerous, so there's no procrastination, no laziness. All right, this is how Oreva did it. She didn't make excuses. She took action and made progress. The question is this: will you follow on a footstep? All right, will you take action? You know, talk is cheap, but will you walk your talk, or will you chicken out and wait for the repercussions years to come? So right now, you have 2 options, and the first one is this: is to execute the IQ formula on your own. All right, so you will research how to identify each of the questions. I've shown you the course outline already. Okay, so you you research how to identify each of the question type yourself. You will study each of them on your own to know the tricks that IELTS play that you must avoid. All right, the mistakes that are there that you must avoid. And 3, for each of the questions again, you have to develop your own step-by-step strategy for getting the correct answer fast. Now, that's what I did. It took me 10 months. You can give it a try as well. Or you can join the Band-Aid 30 Days Challenge starting on the 2nd of next month. All right. Now, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, to make this my most impactful year ever, I've taken the challenge to get at least 30 people to pass the IELTS exam every 30 days. And one of my plans for getting this done is the Band-Aid in 30 Days Challenge. And let me show you how it works. So I've created an exclusive Telegram group where for 30 days, I'll be giving you cheat codes to 2 IELTS question types. And that's not all. For each of the question type, I'll give you real IELTS past questions that you likely meet on exam day so you can use them to master the cheat codes. Now in week 1, all right, we'll focus on listening and writing tax 2 tests. Okay, week 2, writing tax 1 for academics and general training will be the focus. Week 3 is dedicated to reading and speaking tests. While week 4 is a practice marathon with CBT questions, okay, that you will likely meet on test day. How about that? So 2 question types per day, 2 per day. In 19 days, we would have covered the entire IELTS course outline. And the remaining 11 days, you practice 2 questions you will likely meet on exam day. See, you may not crush the exam in 21 days like whatever, all right? But you'll definitely be crushing the exam in 30 days, which is not bad, right? At least you'll be smiling to your result score just like Omola, now living in Birmingham, UK. And you'll be jubilating like Nostolope, who now listening 7, reading 0.5, writing 7, and speaking 7 is set to leave the country, all for just 2,000 naira per day, all right? Which is 2 payments of 30,000 or 1 payment of 55,000 naira. Yes, with just 2,000 naira per day. By the 30th of next month, you'll be able to accurately predict all the possible questions you meet on exam day, okay? You never ever fall for the tricks that IELTS play to make you fail the listening, reading, writing, and speaking test. For each question type, you are smart the eye examiner with cheat codes that get you the correct answer fast, even if you are a slow typer. You will take the exam with full confidence that you're definitely passing it, even if you are terrible at English and don't have time to study. Get your desired score in one sitting and never have to worry about the IELTS exam in your life again, and be free to further your location plans and celebrate next year Christmas with your family abroad. All for just 2 payments of 30,000 or 1 payment of 55,000. And you'll be smiling at your desired score, just like Wabimo, who lives in Lagos. She got listening 8, reading 7, writing 7.5, and speaking 8 in her very first attempt using the iShoe formula. Alright, or you'll be dancing to your desired score, just like Adioke from Abiokota, only listening 9, reading 7.5, writing 7.5, and speaking 7.5 on her very first attempt after 6 years of avoiding the exam.
Yeah, this is my wife. Her name is Ololade. Okay.
He sent me very much. You had what's the result again? She just call it out from listening, reading, writing, and speaking. What did you get exactly in each of?
Okay.
Listening 9.0.
Wow.
Writing 7.5. Reading 7.5. Speaking 7.5.
In your first attempt, after 6 years of deciding not to take any exam in your life.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, quickly, let me make this clear. The Abani Today's Challenge starts on the 2nd of next month, okay? And once we begin, registration ends, so you have limited time. The challenge will be happening in a private Telegram group, so that even if your job or your business takes your time, you can always catch up on the class. Note this. Everything and all the resources you will get will remain in the private group even after the challenge is over. So you can continue studying with them and celebrate about 7.5 and above whenever you choose to take the test. Just like Nojo here from Kaduna, we didn't have much time to study, but she learned listening 7.5, reading 7, writing 8, and speaking 7.5. Or like Dr. Efe, who clocked the exam in one sitting with listening 9, reading 8.5, writing 7, and speaking 8. And if you failed the exam before, no problem. You'll be celebrating like Ogie, our action lady, with the Lady Dangerous mindset. To get started, simply click the button below this video, alright, to join the Barnet Challenge, to sign up for the Barnet Challenge right now, or you can just go to Selar, that's selar.com/B8 in 30 days, alright, to sign up right away. You can see the URL on the screen, or you'll see a button. You see a button in this video. If you are seeing this on YouTube or anywhere where, just check around, you will see this link, this Selar link here, selar.com/B8 IN30DAYS. Okay, now in case you are asking, what's the guarantee that you pass the IELTS exam when you join the Barnet Today's Challenge? Now here's what Jenny has to say. She said, I'm a living testimony of the thought tutoring of Mrs. Triumph. You will surely pass if you focus on the strategies well and do your assignments diligently. You see, the Barnet Today's Challenge is a proven system that works. And before I can let you in, okay, this is my guarantee. You have to guarantee me, actually. You have to give me a guarantee that you will practice the IELTS course you'll be getting daily. All right? You have to guarantee me that you will do the daily tasks and submit your assignment when due. Then you implement the corrections you will be getting during the challenge, so you can come back and thank me, just like okay, yeah, who is saying that I said I'm back to say thank you. Studying on your page and taking your classes was worth it. It was my first attempt, done and dusted. All right? So think she took the IELTS computer-based test. You can see it here. If I take the class more seriously, perhaps it would have been a band 8, a band 7 someone for me, signing as graciously. This is even my success here. She sent her this message very late in the night. Next morning, replied that she said, "Trust you are good, sir." He said, "I want to appreciate you for your teaching. I got to get my required band score." What? It was her 5th attempt. She had failed the exam 4 times before she joined the Barnet Today's Challenge. You know what that means? Imagine spending 277,000 4 times. That's over $1 million wasted on the exam. Think about it. Joining the challenge, she passed the exam. That means if she had joined the challenge before she even took her first test, she would have saved a lot of money. So this saves you a lot of money and headache. This is what Olamide is saying. Say what people don't know is this: they know how they will attend your class or get your material that they won't pass now, even if they adjust. Now this one was still from 2021. All right. He said he had the band 7.5. He said he came back to write the exam again because it expired, and that's when he sent me this message. Your teachings are top notch. All right. So you can see students have had in the past. All right. They passed the exam. Now the exam expired. Their result. IELTS is only for 2 years. The results is valid for 2 years. After 2 years, it will expire. So come out to write the exam. It's coming back to me again to get another train. This is Yisa. Yisa is saying, thank you so much for tutorials. I gained so much. I'll keep watching the videos till I master all the steps and mistakes to avoid. This is I swear your teaching is top notch. He said, I've used 2 different tutors and your work can't be compared to theirs.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ade, and I'm here to share my testimony with you guys. Okay, some months back I registered with Triumph for some IELTS tutorials. I'm a nurse back home in Nigeria, and I'm glad to let you guys know that I'm now a nurse in the UK. I got a 7.5 in reading from 6 and a band of 8 in listening from 6 also.
So what's your major advice? What's your major advice for people in your shoes in Nigeria right now?
Well, as for me, especially for nurses, because the opportunity is there.
Okay.
So far you pass the exams, you just try as much as possible to put in all effort. If it's worth you borrowing money, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Even if you don't have the money now and you want to pass the exam, just try as much as possible to borrow from somebody that is reliable and know that okay, you can confide in. Just borrow and put in all your efforts. So far you pass, you have the necessary requirements, you are good to go. Because the opportunity is there for nurses to come in, nurses, doctors, even pharmacists.
This is what people are saying about the Band-Aid in 30 days challenge. So I want you to understand that this is an investment, okay? Yeah, an investment that will change your life and kids' life forever. Now, the Band-Aid challenge is priced 2,000 naira per day. So this means that within 30 days, it's worth 60,000 naira. Okay? 2,000 times 30 is 60,000 naira. Now, however, we don't accept 2,000 naira daily payment because it attracts too much bank charges. And also keeping track of those who made payment and those who did not is ethic, especially when we have to do it for the entire 30 days. So this is the reason why we only accept 2 payments of 30,000 naira for those people who want to pay in installments. So if you want to pay in installments, you pay 30,000 naira twice. All right. But if you want to come in just one payment, it's one payment of 55,000. So you get a 5,000 naira discount when you just pay for the entire 30 days once. Do you get it? All right. Truth be told, it's a lot you can do with 55,000. Yeah. Some will say 50,000 is expensive. I cannot get. Yeah, you can say that. All right. For the guys, you can get a good pair of shoes for 55k to save a couple of years. The ladies, you can get a good handbag. You can even get a mid-quality man or maybe a blend. Right? You can even use it to get gifts for your kids or feed for a week or two. But the question is this: what long-term value would this get you compared to participating in the 30 days challenge? Right now, 55,000 I cannot get you a set of quality non-stick pots. Like if you want to get non-stick pot I used to cook in the kitchen, quality one, 55,000 will not get you. Even microwave, 20-liter microwave, you cannot get for 55,000. Not even a bag of rice. But do you know what you get when you invest in the Band-Aid 30 days challenge? Freedom to accomplish your education dreams and celebrate next Christmas with your family abroad. Freedom for feeling inferior to your friends and colleagues living abroad. You get the freedom to live and work abroad where you earn in dollars and pounds instead of now that seems to be losing value every day. You get that sense of pride and joy of sending money back home in pounds and dollars. All right? You guarantee a better life for yourself and your kids. Have your kids attend British, Canadian, US schools absolutely free of charge because you're residing there. You know how much it costs you to send your kids to go and school abroad? You know how much it will cost you to do that? But passing the exam and relocating, you being there, they attend for free of charge. You grow to see your kids forever grateful that they have you as their parents and be the reason your future generation will enjoy their broad privileges from birth. All for just 2 payments of 30,000 naira or 1 payment of 55,000 naira. So as you can see, this is an investment. Yes, it's an investment. And if you really have a burning why for taking the IELTS exam and relocating, this is a no-brainer. So tap the button below this video, alright, or just go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days, alright, to make your payment right now and sign up, join the Band-Aid challenge. Make your payment right away so we can make your dreams come true. Remember, registration ends on the 1st. Yes, registration ends on the 1st. We'll start on the 2nd. Very important you take note of this, okay? And here's some good news, all right? When you sign up for the challenge right now, within the next 24 hours, I'm going to give you early access to the sheet codes before the challenge starts and much more. All right, you see, based on all sources and speed, I create what I call the IELTS cheat plan. Okay, this is a cheat plan, the plan is a plan that you can use, okay, to get your IELTS results, desired result within the next 3 weeks, just like wherever. And you get it for free when you sign up for the challenge right now. I mean, right now. You get it for free. Not just that, I'm going to give you access to my cheat codes for listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Yeah, I'm going to give you early access. Why not? Why hold it? You've paid. All right, you signed for the program, so you should get early access to it, but only for today. Only for today. Okay, so make sure you click on the link below, or just go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days and sign up right now. So you don't have to wait on a second. Right? Remember, early preparation is very important. Okay, before we start the challenge proper, you can start studying with the cheat codes and preparing ahead of others. Now, to crown it all, I'm also give you access to what I call my IS past question vault. All right, so you have access to real IS past questions that you can work with, and you have even CBT questions as well. Yes, computer-based questions as well. You get access to that as well. So tap the button below this video or go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days to get started. Now, you see, everyone at Diagramma knows that IS is not fully computer-based in Nigeria, right? So this means that even if you have all the IS strategies in the world, if you don't know how to use computer very well, or your typing speed is low, it's not fast, a toast. So this is why I created the IS Typing Mastery course. Okay, IS Typing Mastery course. Now this is more than a course, actually it's a program, an exclusive program. Okay, where before the challenge starts, or I will put you in this program to start practicing how to type quickly for IS standard. So some people have already signed up for the challenge, so now they're already working on this, they're already improving on the typing speed. So every time you delay, you're wasting time. I'm going to give you access to this program for free when you sign up today. This program alone is 50k. This IS Typing Mastery program is 50,000 naira. Alright, but I'll give it to you for free only today when you sign up today. If you pay tomorrow, we will not give you access. We will know, because we will check when you sign, when you watch this video. We'll be able to tell you, see that okay, you watch this video today. Alright, if you are making payments, like you sign up day after tomorrow, we'll see that oh, no, it's not the day you watch this video that you sign up, so we will not give you access. So it has to be today. Whether you come in through full payment or part payment, does not matter. As long as you sign up today, go to seller.com/B8 30 days, you will get access to this typing training so that you can get up to speed, right, for IS standard, because your typing speed, you being able to use computer, is as important as the strategies we're giving you. Because if you have the strategies that you don't know how to type fast, your typing speed and your computer skill is not great, it will be difficult for you to pass the exam. That's why it's very important to do this. Okay, so remember, you get access for it today only. So yes, we begin a challenge on the 1st, but you get this, you join the IS Typing Mastery program right now, so that before we begin, you'll be up to speed with your typing. Right now, the reason I'm giving all of these bonuses is to ensure that you have everything you need to crush the exam. All right, I gain joy when my students share their testimony, and I want to share your testimony as well. I was scared of the exam, and I've been able to pass it. So I want you to enjoy that bliss, that joy that comes with passing the exam. I'm giving all of this, and so you can start preparation right now. See here, this is Sonny here. Sonny was able to join. He joined the Bandit Challenge from the UK, and he crushed it. He crushed it. He got listening 7.5, reading 8, writing 7, speaking 7.5. I want you to enjoy this joy of passing the exam. This is Mary here as well. Mary, she's a registered nurse from Akure. Look at her score. She learned listening 8, reading 8, writing 7, writing 8.5, and speaking 7. From using the bonuses I'm sharing with you right now, all right, and participating in the Bandit Challenge, so just go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days, or just click the link. The link should be under this video. All right, you see a button here that talks about you, that tell you to join or sign up for the 30 days challenge. Click on it and join right now. If you cannot see the link, or you cannot see a button to join, just type on your browser selar.com/B8IN30DAYS. No space, so everything should be correct. No space at all. Just go there straight up and sign up right now. Do it right now, because every delay means you have lesser time to work on your typing skills, your computer skills, to upgrade to IS standard. Okay, all right, so make sure you do that right now. I understand that if you don't want to do it, it's fine. All right, success in life and recruiting abroad is not for everyone. I've shown you everything you need to do to crush the exam within the next 30 days. All you have to do is figure out your burning why. Make sure you have the delayed dangerous mindset and follow the ISU formula. That's all, nothing else. And you might as well execute the ISU formula on your own. Okay, I did that. It took me 10 months. I'm giving this opportunity because I want to save you time, and I want to help you get your desired result fast Just like Marla came from Ogun State, who participated in the Banning Today's Challenge, learning listening 7.5, reading 8, writing 7.5, and 7.5 on her very first attempt. This Eget here from Abuja, learning listening 9, reading 9, writing 7, and 7.5 on her very first attempt with the Banning Today's Challenge. And this is on the year, landed listening 8.5, reading 8.5, writing 7, and 7.5 on her very first attempt with the Banning Today's Challenge. Listen, all right? All the relocation pathways are getting choked. Everybody wants to relocate. Things are difficult. Situations is getting worse. You need to escape. All right? Everybody wants to escape. And if you're not fast enough, you miss out like I did in 2019. So go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days. All right? Or click the link below this video. Sign up right now. All right? Note that this is for people who have a burning why. Those who know that delay is dangerous. Those who want to celebrate next year Christmas with their family abroad. If that's you, sign up right away so you can get access to the bonuses and we can start working on making your dreams come true. Go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days or just tap the button below. Right? You see a button under this video, tap on it to get started to join the 30-day challenge right now and get access to the bonuses. Start working on with the sheet codes and improving your typing skills. Okay, remember this is 24 hours bonus only. After now it disappears forever. So click the button below to get started or just go to seller.com/B8 in 30 days. If you have any questions, okay, you can send us a message on WhatsApp or you can just send us an email replying of the emails we sent you. Yes, we'll reply. If you want to talk to us on WhatsApp, our WhatsApp number is +234 +23481 5408 1912. I'm going to repeat that, +234 81 5408 1912. All right, I'll see you inside. Bye bye for now.